I had never in my life even stepped foot in a strip club. I think that so many people just hold themselves back because they're afraid.
Welcome to another episode of Unpacked and Unfiltered. Today we've got Bexx, Shan, and myself, Noie. Do you want to tell us a little bit about Shan? Because she can't speak for herself.
Do you have no voice, Chantel? Do you feel like you have no voice and you're captured into our podcast today?
I was yelling too much this weekend.
What was down your throat this weekend, Chantel? Unfiltered. Okay, I do have to say, on more of a serious note, when I first met you, Chantel, first of all, you are you're stunningly beautiful and you take everyone's breath away. But I don't even remember why I was coming over to your house. Do you?
I think you only were coming over for a swimsuit.
Oh, I was.
I think that was the whole reason you came over.
Okay, I was coming over because you were going to make a swimsuit? Or I was picking it up?
Yeah, you were picking up the one that I had made for you.
Okay, she had made me a swimsuit. She was so sweet. She came over for a big girls' day, and she was wearing the most incredible swimsuit, and I could not keep my eyes off of it. I was like, where did you get that? I need one. She goes, oh, I made it, of course.
Oh, my God.
Naturally, I just made it. Then I was like, I'm obsessed. And she's like, oh, I'll just make you one. And who says that?
Nobody.
Who just says, I'll just make you one? Okay, Chantel has the most beautiful heart.
Yeah.
And it's so kind. Even like recently, like I was like, I don't know what to do about this. She could just say like, oh, you'll figure it out. But no, she's like goes down a rabbit hole and like says,
that's fitting.
Well, what do you feel about that? Why don't you know what to do? Like, what do you want? What outcome do you want?
Yeah.
And she goes down this big problem solving and hole, which I adore because I'm a nerd and I'm a problem solver. And I was like,
big time. Both of you guys are a lot like
I recognize another nerd, in the room.
I think that's why I love you.
That is why I love you. And I was just so impressed. You take time for people. You have a beautiful heart. But when I came over to your house, I learned so much more.
Oh, yeah.
I learned there is more to her. She does her own Botox.
I was going to.
You were
I never
going to,
actually
you
did.
never did.
I've never done Botox.
Okay,
but
was
I
it?
was gonna do it.
But she had this closet full of things like curtains, pillows, sewing, like
Yeah.
I don't even
stuff.
All kinds of random crap.
I cannot even remember how many things there were. It was like thing after thing after thing after thing. And I was like,
Of all of your talents.
it was talents, but it was things you had taught yourself.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I was blown away. And then the swimsuit was like, oh, and here's your swimsuit. And I was like, it was stunning and beautiful. And by the way, my daughter has stolen it.
Oh, no. You need
Because she
another one?
loves it. So I'm not hinting, but I'm hinting.
Yeah.
So
I might have one or two for you.
I know, thank you. So I was blown away by so much. And you look just beautiful, but you are one of the smartest women I have met. You are so intelligent. So it's your intelligence that I'm so attracted to with you. And so this is why I wanted to invite you on, is so that we could pick your brain.
I feel like we just need to end it now because like you've said so many good things that like me opening my mouth and all my filler words is just going to be like, oh, I thought she was
I thought you
great.
lost your
but
voice.
like,
No. I can totally argue with this one because a lot of times when we've been at parties or like hanging out with like, say for instance, the photo shoot we did with all the girls, like you randomly say stuff in the background that's like so intelligent and so wise. And I'm like, would everybody just shut up and listen? Because she knows what
So
she's talking
everybody
about.
shut up and listen.
Like,
Well, and I feel like maybe sometimes it does catch people off guard because typically I do play more of like a quiet role and I'm more of a listener than a talker. And so then when I say stuff, people are like, oh, wait, she's not just a bitch because I've got that like resting bitch face.
no.
I don't know.
She talked.
She's actually really fucking
She didn't
smart.
lose her voice.
She didn't lose her voice. You got whatever was stuck in there out this weekend.
I keep telling Meg too, I'm like, where has Shan been hiding? Because of like the sides I've seen of you in the last 2 years. I'm like, not only is she smart as hell,
And
she's a
fine.
hustler, she's funny as hell.
And non-judgmental.
Riot.
Yeah.
So
That's big.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's funny.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, my sister
I should come for like a weekly boost to just like
Please
come and
do.
let you guys talk about me. And
So
like,
come on our show for your weekly boosting.
On our launch, we literally all sat in a circle and be like, and then we sat there and talked about you for probably a good 15, 20 minutes. And
I hope
Meg
you're
just-
recording it. I want to know what you said.
No, it was just kind things. It was just that. It's
How
like,
did I even come up?
we get quiet Shan most of the time. And then every once in a while, we'll get the wild Shan and we're like, yeah, that girl.
I think it came out in Tulum and Karen was like, what?
Oh, who is the?
She's like, have you guys met Shan?
I know. You're like, we've met her
all
in
along. I've just been quiet in the corner, like watching everybody.
I was like,
smiling.
that's my friend. This is my friend.
We
Shan.
have so many amazing friends in our group
We do.
that it's like, I would rather just like sit back and watch and like learn from everybody in the group
dude.
and just like take it all in.
and eat nachos.
Yeah, I'm like,
Nachos.
just stuff my face while I enjoy the entertainment and the beauty and like everything. And so I'm like, I don't even need to talk.
Yeah.
Oh, that is
man.
exactly how I feel.
Yeah.
I just enjoy the show.
Sit back and enjoy the show.
Yeah.
It's like entertainment.
Yeah.
So the other thing I love about Shan is she is the queen of invention, like side hustles and like making shit work. Like she said, teaching yourself new things. And that's why we have you on here, because we're gonna dive in.
My first question is, what do you think made you this way? Where did this come from?
I've thought about it once or twice and like, I don't know if it's just innate. I don't know if it's from like some aspect of how I was raised. I don't know if it's just from like being really poor for a good while. And I don't know. I want what I want, how I want it.
I love that.
I love that
Nothing's
so
gonna
much.
stop me.
Well, yeah. And I'm like, I want it to be exactly this way. Oh, it doesn't exist. Like, it should.
Yeah.
That's what I want. Maybe somebody else will too. And even if they don't, that's what I want. And I also like do not want to pay a lot for things. And so, or if I see it and I'm like, but I could do that. They could do it. So I probably can. And I'm like my wedding dress. Me and Megan made my wedding dress because I wanted it a very specific way. I wanted it all lace, long sleeve, like totally no back, like all the way down to my ass crack. And just like the train, like I wanted it exactly how I
You
wanted
knew
it.
what it was in your mind.
And it didn't exist, you know, or if it did, maybe it was like some, you know, specific designer or custom made. And I was like, I'm not paying thousands of dollars for it. Like, we're literally getting ready to like on a hiking trail. Like,
That much on a hiking dress.
Yeah.
and not only did the dress like not exist as something that I could buy, the pattern didn't even exist because I wanted it how I wanted it.
And you knew.
Yeah. And so like we made the dress, and I like, you know, found this fabric exactly how I wanted to, because I also wanted it to be like 4-way stretch. So I could like move it in how I wanted. So finding like 4-way stretch lace.
Yeah.
And I wanted, and it was like nude through,
Okay.
but not actual skin. So the lining was like nude, but so then I did like nude swimsuit fabric. So then it would also, anyways, I'm rambling now.
No, this is my
But-
gem. I don't know if you knew this, but I used to make dresses. Like
I knew that.
I made wedding gowns and like dresses, and I had like a whole company for a while. But
I saw that. That's crazy.
So like I made out. I'm like, we're talking fabrics. All right, let's go.
Yeah. And so but then we had to like make the pattern and we're just like experimenting as we go and just like, all right. And then here's my dress.
Oh,
That is incredible. See, and I made my mom made mine. I had one in my head that I was like, knew exactly what I wanted.
your mom made your dress?
She made all my dresses. So but I had it in my head. And so I went to every fabric store and it was literally found the one that I had in my head.
Yeah.
And I knew it was the same, but like, would I do it myself? No,
Your mom would. Your mom does that.
And maybe that's part of like where it comes from is because I didn't have like, if I had somebody that easily I could just be like, can you do this for me? Then maybe I would do that. But
you
like,
knew
you
that
had
it
to do it
stuck
yourself.
with you.
Yeah.
yeah. And
You
like,
could really, wow.
I'm like, or I could pay somebody else. And I think also very deep, like partly like people pleasing, but I never want to put anyone out. So like, I don't want to ask somebody else to do it. Like, I'll just do it. I don't know. You know,
But you're okay if people put you out.
I'm trying to get better at that. But I think as women, that's a very common thing.
I think it's very common, especially in our culture. I think
Yeah.
that we expect so much of ourselves and we'll do anything for anybody else. We're like, oh, I don't want to put you out.
Right.
I'll stay here and wait 4 hours at the cafe for you if
Right.
you're late, but I won't be late.
Right.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah. You guys are a
That's
lot
interesting.
like that way.
Yes.
You too.
Yeah. Her more so apparently because I made her wait for me on lunch one time. I put it in the wrong time in my calendar. Do you remember
I
that?
don't even remember.
Oh, good.
See, I don't remember when other people are late. I only remember if I'm late.
Good. Glad you forgot.
You're like, huh? Yeah, I don't remember that either.
I was the one that was late.
Exactly.
worst.
Case in point. Case in point.
Yeah.
So, what is the craziest thing that you took on? That was like a new learning,
Like a side hustle or what type of thing?
or something that she created from scratch because she wanted it so badly.
I don't know. Everything's kind of like crazy, I guess, in a different way, but probably the one that people find the most like, potentially appalling is I like tattooed my own eyebrows.
Potentially,
You did
Potentially
not.
appalling.
Yeah, potentially. Potential shit show.
potentially appalling.
Yes. They're like, you did.
You literally
What?
did.
Yeah. But look they're on point.
They look fantastic.
They look amazing. She's like,
It's like
saying,
hair flip of eyebrows.
I don't know. She's like, the right one looks really well. Don't look at that.
Yeah. But I was like, I wanted to get my eyebrows tattooed and I wanted them done how I wanted them. And the way that I wanted them done was a little bit different than like most people are taught how to do them.
Yes.
But the main thing was I didn't want to pay, like multiple hundreds of dollars. And so I was like,
They're like $400 or $500. Yeah.
yeah. And so I was like, I could just buy a tattoo gun, for cheaper. And like, I'll just. And so I got like a fine point Sharpie marker, like not just like the fine point, but like the pen, teeny. Yeah. And so I'm like in the mirror, like drawing it on with a Sharpie marker. And I've got this tattoo in my mirror and like the counter's in my way. And I'm like, leaning over, and I'm like, trying not to like close my eyes. And then also like your hand is blocking.
Yeah.
So when you're doing your dominant, I am like, I really fucking hope I don't mess this up. That's going to look weird for a really long time. Because like not the microblading, but like
That's
tattoo
your
gun.
face.
Yeah. So maybe that one. And then I did my like tattooed eyeliner too.
No.
That one was harder.
Those are painful.
So you've never had any risky behavior at all then, you're
No,
saying?
never.
Okay, I love that. That's good.
Never. She wouldn't.
Fabulous.
Yeah. So that's probably the one that's the most like
Yeah,
crazy.
Botox does not seem so bad anymore.
Yeah, you're just like until it wears off, but
I know,
it's
that's
a few years until your eyebrows like fade.
I mean, inject away now.
Right.
I'm like
I think I want to dive into a little bit of like why we need street creds right now of like who you are, because I feel like our listeners are like, who's this bitch? Like,
oh,
So probably no one.
so
please.
I kind of want to ask, what is the top most unhinged jobs, or like not unhinged, but like weirdest jobs you have done? Like things that you did that you were like, I don't know what I'm doing. We'll see how it goes.
There's so many like varied things that I've done just for usually like little short periods of time that I'll forget that I've even done that
Yeah.
until it'll come up and be like, oh yeah, I used to do that. Like literally until last week, I forgot that I like had a spray tan business for like a while.
Oh my
And my friend's like, oh, you still do spray tans? I'm like, I did that?
Oh,
I did that.
oh my
like,
God. As a matter of fact, yes, and I actually charge double now. So I'll book you for Friday.
Right.
It's really hard to get on my
Yes.
schedule now.
Hard to get on my schedule.
Yeah. I'm so full.
Oh
Yes,
my
I'm
gosh.
so full.
Yeah.
She sent out a quick like thing on her Instagram. She goes, I have 3 more openings for Friday if anyone needs one.
Exactly. I'm like, oh, since I'm doing it anyways, might as well book some
Might as well
people.
book some more people.
No, so I'm trying to think through like all the things that I've done to answer, but the one that's probably the most like crazy or out there or just like, way out of left field or the most like, was like stripping.
Yeah.
Because I had never in my life even stepped foot in a strip club.
Oh my God. Before
Until-
you started working?
Yeah,
Right.
that was your very first time. But you'd strip for your boyfriend.
No, I don't. I mean, like
Never.
I've like gotten naked to like do the thing, but I've never I've never
was
even
your
like stayed on a
dancing.
lap dance.
Yeah.
No,
Dancing.
nothing.
Nothing. So it's just like all of a sudden you're like, okay, let's try it.
Yeah, and I
That's
was
so
like,
crazy. You're like, it makes good money.
I'm like, let's give that a try. And, obviously like talk to Bobby first. And we're like, fuck it, why not? Let's try. And so then went down and like checked it out and like just auditioned and applied while I was there for the very first time that I'd ever been to a club. And
that was your first time you'd been to a club, a strip club ever?
This is insane.
Yeah. So
This
I
is
had never
absolute
even
insanity.
like, I didn't know the names of any of them. I didn't know where they were. I'd never been to one. I just
You're
had this
like,
idea in my
looking
mind
up
of
the
what they were.
address, you're like,
I'd never even seen the movie Hustler. Like I had no idea whatsoever. Like nothing. And so my idea, like,
you never even watched someone strip.
no. Like locker room changing, like with friends kind of thing. Like nothing. And so in my head, I'm imagining like almost more like an audience with like a stage, like against the wall. You come out and like perform and a dance. It's like, oh, you're just like watch. I'm like, oh my god.
So I had no idea.
And then I'm like, okay, why not? I'll try. Give that thing a try.
You're like, I'll get how much money? Okay, I'll do it.
Well, there's no guarantee of that. The only
that's
thing is
true.
that you're gonna pay money.
That's
your
right.
fees, your business fees, your
Business fees, and
your
then
door.
every night that you work, you have like a house fee or whatever. So you have to pay to work on top of the business license and state like sheriff card or whatever.
Yeah, like I'm gonna pay you. I'm in.
Yeah. So I'm like, all right, let's see. Let's see if I make it back.
I'm the only one here right now that was like, what's the most random thing? You're like, oh, I don't know. Like, I mean, stripping. And I'm like,
well, and the fact maybe that I even had to think about it, like that might not be the craziest one.
It's like, you're like, there might be more crazy, but I'll just throw this out there as a teaser.
I can think of right now.
Is this the teaser episode? Stripping, but we'll do the unfiltered episode later.
but it's really just performing.
It is.
It really is like just dancing and putting on a acting face, right?
And and the thing I guess that's crazy about that too is like, I've never danced.
Yeah.
I've never like there's nothing that makes me hate myself more than like a dance class. And
I think I went to a pole dancing class with you around that time. Is that when you were learning it?
Yeah, I think there was like one that we had gone to.
Yes.
And I mean, I've only been to like a handful of them. Mostly I'm just like, all right, make it up as we go. I don't know. But if there's choreography, like I get so in my head. I'm so uncoordinated, like when it's on purpose, like I cannot anything. And I'm like, I consider myself like a horrible dancer. And I'm like, let's go do a dancing job in the naked effect of strangers while you're doing it. It's like literally, this is the most like cliche common nightmare is to be in front of an audience and you're naked. You know?
Yes.
And I'm like, sign me up.
So what makes you so brave?
Well, this is the thing that's so beautiful is she has no, like, you'd pretend like you have no fear. I'm sure you have
you
fear.
not
But
afraid?
like, I'm terrified. Oh yeah.
But you
like,
just
pretty much
go
every
for
time.
it.
I
Do you
everything.
love facing your fears?
I mean, yes and no.
Because I kind of do. I was just wondering if you do.
Yeah, it's like in a very unpleasant way.
Yeah.
You know, I like the afterwards.
Yeah.
Or I like, so I mean, I guess you could say that I like it. I like, you know, the self-challenge.
Yeah.
Or the like not letting something hold me back or to just like proving to myself that I can kind of thing, I guess. And so, and it's like,
that just makes me so proud of you.
Oh my God, me too.
Like, I'm so proud of you. Like, and like, the mom's like, go, Shan.
Yeah.
I feel like it makes me sad when I do see people like letting their fears hold them back, whether it's my kids or my friends or like anybody. It's like, you can do it. You can.
Yes. Whatever that thing
suck
is.
at first. Yeah.
And you might
whatever
fail
it
3
is.
times, but you can.
And it's like, and you might try it, you might fail, you might decide it's not for you, you might try it, succeed, and decide it's not for you. Yeah. But you can do it.
Yes.
And the fact that you want to do it, why not?
You're holding yourself back.
Yeah. And it's like, and then you're teaching your brain that you can't. So then the next time something comes up, you've already got that as like, you know, a past foundation.
This.
So how do you calm your mind down when you're in that space?
I don't know if I do. I just do it anyway. Like, you just do it scared. You know?
Do it scared? Okay. I like it.
Because I think that's where a lot of people like continue to hesitate is they're like, oh, I'm scared. I got to not get scared, or I got to get to the point where I'm not scared before I do it. It's like, you're not going to get there.
No.
Yes.
You're not going to be able to calm yourself down. And the more that you hesitate, the more anxiety builds.
Yeah.
And like, you're like, oh, I can't do that. Like, I don't have enough confidence in that. It's like, well, confidence comes from doing it.
Exactly.
Like, you can literally think of any example. And at first, when you did it, it was scary. It was unknown. It seemed hard. It seemed, whatever. And then after you do it enough, like driving, now you literally zone out. And you're like, how did I even get home? But when you're at first, you're like,
what, has that ever happened to you? Yeah, same Z's, never.
Yeah.
I just
Where
asking
do
for
I
a
live?
friend.
Does anybody know?
Asking for Noie.
Yes.
No, I think that's happened to me before.
probably.
Totally.
Yeah. So it's just like the longer you wait, the harder it gets. And the more experience that you give yourself of doing it anyways. And whether you fail, whether you succeed, just the doing it is a success.
Absolutely.
And you teach your brain that it's okay. And you tell your kids, or I tell my kids, like, be scared and do it anyways. Like, it's okay to be scared. It's expected that you'll be scared.
I love that.
And
yeah. Being scared isn't a thing to be afraid of too.
right.
Like you're going to live through it. I love that.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's another thing that I, tell my kids or whoever I'm like talking to in that moment. It's like, you said being scared isn't something in itself to be afraid of. And so it's like, oh, I'm afraid of what? What are you afraid of?
Yeah.
And then listing out those things. It's like, oh, they might laugh at me.
And
Then what?
Yeah.
yes.
It's like, so they laugh at you, and then what happens? And then just going down that path, and it's like,
I have that. I have that with my kids all the time. I was like, what's the worst that could happen?
Yeah.
Like, and then I would die. I was like, okay, then what? And they're like, Mom. And I was like, I'm just saying that's the worst that could happen. So you're fine.
yeah.
you're like, you dying would be worse for me. Trust me. I'm like,
I was like, it would be horrible for me. So
yeah.
they're like, Mom, that's awful. I was like, it's fine. Okay, so let's go have fun.
Yeah.
You're like,
Everybody's okay.
you can do it. Go ahead.
You could do it. You could do it. We'll be okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And so I think that so many people just hold them back or hold themselves back because they're afraid. And it's like, you don't have to. Just go chase whatever you want to chase. And so many people, or not knowing how.
Right.
That's the biggest thing. It's like, I don't fucking know how to do anything until I do it.
Yeah.
Until you learn.
Until I learn how to do it, until I have practice at doing it. It's like, I did not know how to tattoo my eyebrows.
Right. And all you needed was a Sharpie.
I didn't know how to give a lap dance. I didn't know how to, like, anything whatsoever, until you do it, you're like,
Yeah. You
do it anyways.
You do
fake
it
it
anyway.
till you've already made it.
Yeah.
My thing is, I say it every single podcast, fake it till you make it. Like, pretend until you all of a sudden you're like, I'm actually really good at this. Like, what's the strangest problem funniest problem you've ever had to solve? Because you're a problem solver.
You guys should have let me prepare for some of these questions. I feel like I probably have really good answers, but they are without
It's okay.
Yeah,
thoughts.
that's okay.
You
the
told
funniest
me-
problem. Okay, what?
Yes. Well, back on kind of the same genre as she's saying, you had told me a story, and about a job that you took and you had no idea how to do it, but you just took it. It had something to do with the airlines. Do you remember?
Or getting on a plane or getting on an airline.
Oh,
Do you know what I'm talking
I think so.
about? Okay.
Like, do you know what it is, or like that's all you remember?
That's all I remember.
Okay, I think probably what you're talking about is I got hired at SkyWest.
Yes.
After I got divorced and I needed a job, and I was like, well, they heard that if you work there, you get free flights, so that's as good as any. And so I got hired there. And so you have to fly up to Salt Lake to go to this like training when you like orientation when you first get hired. And because of that, they activate your flight benefits. Well, I didn't know that was just a temporary thing. And so like, and you're not supposed to like have your flight benefits kick in until after you've been there for like 30 days or 60 days or whatever it is. Things I did not know. And
thank God you did not know. And being the you that you are, you had already read the whole employee manual.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I need to throw that in there.
You know what? Actually, I think I did know, but then I also I did know because I had read the entire employee manual.
Of course. Which I would have done as well.
Yeah.
I appreciate
Y'all
that about
thing,
you.
all of them, people are like, huh? And I'm like, you didn't read it?
I know.
That's weird. So I did know that it took a while, but I was like, huh, mine are already active. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll run with it. Yeah. Well, they had activated it just so I could go up there and come back. And I didn't know that they were going to be like deactivated after that. And so get hired, do orientation. And then my official like start date wasn't until like Monday or something. So I had, I think like maybe 3 days or the weekend before I started. And I was like, heck, well, it's going to be hard to go somewhere like once they have a job, you know?
Yeah.
So like I got flight benefits. I'm like, I'm going to learn how to use these. So I read like the travel manual there and learned how to like log on and set up the account and do all the things and how to book myself the flight and how to do standby, which is a whole thing in itself.
Oh, it is for sure.
And,
But you learned it.
yeah. And so then I just went to Hawaii. And I'm like, I didn't think anything of it.
I just went to Hawaii.
Yeah, I was like, I've never been anywhere and I got free flights and, you know,
it was the
work
best
doesn't
weekend
start.
ever.
No, actually, I think I was waiting for my start date because I remember I was in Hawaii and they called me and they're like, hey, all of your background check or, you know, drug test, whatever it was, like came through and, you know, like we can have you start now. Does Monday work? And I was like, is Tuesday okay? And they're like, yeah, sure. Because I was in Hawaii on the flight benefits.
For the job, she hadn't started yet.
Yeah.
You're like, by the way, these flight benefits are so good.
Yeah. And so I just like went all by myself, got like an Airbnb. I was sleeping on like a fold out couch, like in somebody's living room of the house that she lived in because I was a broke single mom, like literally hadn't started a job yet. And
You're on vacation.
$30 a night. I went out to dinner while I was there. I just like was all to myself, do nothing. I was like, I don't have any money, so I'm just gonna sit here on the beach. And I was like, well, I need to eat. So I went to dinner and I was like trying to pick like the cheapest thing, and, you know, like heavily looking at prices. And then I was so excited because like some random guy like bought my meal for me and it's like, wow.
Of course he did.
I was like, oh, the tab, like, you know, when the waitress came over, was like, oh, you know, like somebody already took care of your tab and like pointed who it was. And I was like, thank you. I think you just felt bad for me because I was this like homely looking girl
you're,
sitting
like,
all by myself.
Yeah, you look
like
so
very easily
homely.
down. I get that point for sure. I will provide pictures.
I would like this.
And because I had just also had a baby, like how long's maternity leave? Basic. I mean,
6
like,
weeks, 8 weeks.
Yeah, like a few weeks prior, and you know, I did not look good in those days. But yeah, so that's the story. Oh, so then I get back, start work, and you know, I was like, oh yeah, I went to Hawaii on the flight benefits. They're like, what? And like, these are people that have worked there for like a good while. They don't know how to work their flight benefits. And they're like, what do you mean? You don't have flight benefits? And I'm like, well, tell me that like back from Hawaii. Like, I did.
Don't tell me I don't got flight benefits. I used to
I didn't pay for my flight and I'm here.
Oh
So.
my God.
Yeah.
That's
I know. So it wasn't a
hilarious.
job, but it was like, that was, I think, the
Oh
story that I
my
told you.
God.
Like, yeah, just,
Holy
How do you use problem solving in your everyday life?
I mean, like that.
Probably. You're like, that's how I do it.
Like, what's my method, or like, what would be some
What would be the
examples?
Like your everyday, you're going in, like,
In my everyday life? I mean, sometimes like with kids, one of the first things that comes up is like with my middle son, Tobin. He is extremely logical, and he's the most stubborn human being I've ever met. And I know that everybody's like, oh, my kid's so stubborn, you know, like and everybody, like their kids are stubborn, sure.
There are different
But
levels.
like, not even just like of my children or of kids, like of any human being, like you cannot make this small human do anything that he does not choose to do. And I really love that about him, but sometimes it's really inconvenient too. And like, you can ask Megan, she's like, yeah, Tobin's something else. Like, and so I really have to problem solve a lot of times with him because I can't
like you
do
you
the thing.
can trick
you know?
him.
No.
Yeah.
And so I really have to, I don't know, a lot of communication and a lot of honesty, transparency, and treating him like an adult and saying like, hey, this is why, because, for whatever the thing is, because he has to buy in to something. And so once you can explain it to him logically enough, so I don't know if that really counts.
No, it actually does. I think every parent with hard-headed kids or difficult kids need to know this skill. Like, it's almost like being a salesman. Like, you need to walk them through steps of why they need to do the thing without manipulating. Like, it's like problem solving, but on a different degree. Like, I watch parents do it all the time, and I'm like, I don't know how you guys do this.
I would say those kids are going to make it. Like, those kids are going to be the ones that are going to be the movers and shakers in the world.
For sure.
Oh, yeah.
And the business leaders. And
because they think differently.
Yes.
Yeah.
And one thing, what you said actually reminds me of an article that I'm going to bring up. And it talks about why women make the best entrepreneurs. And we'll link it in our podcast. And we're going to start with number 1 because they are amazing multitaskers. Would you say that is true with you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you feel like you have 15 tabs open in your brain?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely, at least.
At all times.
At all times. Number 2, women are often great negotiators and know how to get what they want while maintaining relationships. Do you feel like that is true?
Yes, but I look at negotiating differently, I think, than a lot of people label it as. And people, especially really come across this in the club because everybody you talk to has a wall up at first, assuming that you're just trying to sell them and that you're lying to them and that you're going to cheat them and all the things, So I'm already walking into an uphill battle. Right. Of how I'm being perceived. And I'm like, I'm genuinely not. Like, I'm just talking to you and whatever you're actually looking for, how do I help you find that?
Yes.
And so it's like negotiating might be like, hey, you think that you want this, but as I'm listening to what you're saying, I think this might actually be a better fit. Let me tell you about it. And just really trying to genuinely help somebody. Yeah. And when you come from a place of truly caring about the person across from you, whatever the situation is.
You don't have a preconceived notion already. So you're seeking to understand the other person's needs.
And actually help them get what they want. And so it's like, I don't feel like I have to negotiate with them. I might have boundaries or firm, I know that this is what you want and this is, but this is
my boundary.
Yeah. Or this is what it costs, or this is how it is, or you can be like, how can we problem solve that? But I don't feel like negotiating is strong arming people. And I think a lot of people think of it that way, or that it'll be somehow manipulate, just different people have different looks on the word.
I completely agree with you. Agreed. I think it requires a lot of listening. And I think that's why women are really good at it because they're really seeking to understand what the other person wants and how both needs can be met.
Yeah.
So I
think that's why women are so offer something so unique in the world as well, as most of us are really good listeners.
It's not what can I get from you?
Yeah.
It's what can we give to each other?
Yeah. How can I help you?
Yeah.
Number 3, this one I wonder if you would agree with. Women are risk takers, unafraid to go after what they want, and which leads to success. Do you feel like you are a risk taker?
Calculated risks. But I don't feel like that one's female specific.
It is. I don't either. Not. I don't feel like that's female specific at all.
And I don't think that. Yeah,
I don't think all women are.
No, I don't think all men aren't.
Completely agree that it's not gender specific.
I don't think that one
and the personality
makes the list. That could be an attribute that can be helpful. But I don't think it's because women are this way. It's
no, I completely disagree with that one because I know a lot of women that are absolutely not risk takers.
Right.
And I know a lot of men that are extreme risk takers.
And I think the counterbalance is a lot of times why women are not risk takers because in relationships, they have to be the balance for the risk side.
I think specifically, we tend to be risk takers as far as tattooing our eyebrows.
That's a pretty big risk.
Yeah.
But it's a calculated risk,
Yeah.
Number 4, women are creative, offering unique ideas and perspectives that help them stand out. I have a hard time with gender specific lists like this because
not gender.
Again, I know a lot of men that are extremely creative, have beautiful minds,
innovative, and find ways.
I think as humans are creative. I think all humans could tune to their creativity.
Yeah.
My most creative child is a boy.
Yeah, for sure.
But my little girls are very creative. Yours too?
I only have boys.
You are much creative child as a boy? Weird. It's so strange. Okay. Women are strong leaders, able to motivate and inspire other teams.
Yeah. Again, not gender specific.
Not gender specific. I agree. Women don't give up easily. They're always working hard to reach their goals. Not gender specific.
I feel like I loved the first two, and then I lost
Yes.
like credibility in this article as I went along.
Me too. It's kind of losing me. Women are skilled problem solvers. They stay calm when they go wrong and find solutions.
That one. 100%.
I think that one could lean more towards women, but I do know calm men. Not that I...
And there's also a lot of not calm women.
Exactly.
There's more not calm women than men, I feel like.
Do you?
I think what that one is probably leaning into, as well as I can't remember which one it was, but one of the others, women have, typically a higher EQ than men.
Yeah.
Which leads
to
that last one. So it's like, while that may or may not be true, it has a higher likelihood potentially of being true because of.
But we also see more
IQ.
men kind of diving into the field of emotional intelligence that we haven't seen in the past.
Right.
So where we have had a huge women movement of emotional intelligence, I think now we see men kind of diving into that as well.
Which is
and
beautiful.
trying to catch up with the women that way.
Yeah.
But again, this is not we've had men that have been emotionally intelligent for a long time that are grandparents or whatever. So yeah, I have a hard time with gender specific articles.
Yeah.
But I do think that I do love to see more women entrepreneurs out there, more women in the workforce and chasing their dreams.
Yeah.
And then the last one, women are passionate about their work, putting their heart and soul. Again, what do you think?
Only women can do that.
Only women can do this.
Yes.
Kidding, I do not think that's gender specific.
No.
If you find a passion, regardless of your sex, you're going to chase it because that's where your heart is.
Yeah. If you don't let fear get in the way.
If you don't let fear get in the way. Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, can I dive into side hustles since we're right here?
Yeah.
All right. How can somebody make $500 this weekend?
Ooh.
A woman specifically, but
A woman
men-
specifically.
Is this the unfiltered version?
This is the unfiltered version.
this is whatever the fuck you
what?
decide it
This
is.
is unhinged and unfiltered.
Women want to know, I feel like we have so many friends in our community that, struggling single moms or struggling married women that are not getting enough income, that they want to know how they can bring a little extra income into their homes. Say they're trying to pay off a car or a mortgage or, credit card debt. What are some things that you know of from your experience that you could just go make $500 a weekend? Other than stripping.
But you can.
I mean, that works too.
Potentially. But honestly, you probably couldn't do that this weekend because you'd have to go through a lot of hoops to be able to get started. So it wouldn't be ASAP.
Yeah.
There's so many things. And I think that it depends on the person and what your skills, what your interests are, what you have access to, what your neighborhood or geography is like. Because you could create some small product and sell it, probably a digital product because that's
digital products
something
are awesome.
you can make it quickly. You can sell it widely, and you could be evergreen in the sense that it's just downloadable.
That one would be my number one as well. I've watched so many women doing this. Agreed.
Yeah, you could. I mean, you see a lot of people go to DI, buy some piece of furniture, spruce it up and sell it on Facebook Marketplace really fast. You can, when I was a kid, how I paid for my private school, I made cookie dough, scooped it into pre-serve, sizes, froze it, and then sold people
Frozen cookie dough.
Yeah, frozen cookie dough. You can buy and you just put them on the tray and they're ready to go.
Nobody has time anymore.
No, you don't want to scoop it. You don't want to make it, but it tastes so much better than the Pillsbury or whatever it is at the grocery store. So it's you could go.
Done this.
Oh, always, yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, I mean, you could sell bread. You could, what resources do you have? What do you have the time for? What are you interested in? And what is something that you feel like somebody either doesn't have the interest in doing themselves, doesn't have the time to do for themselves, or doesn't have the skill to do for themselves, that you can fill one of,
Fill one of the
three things.
There are problems out there.
Yes.
There's needs that need to be filled, and you have the skill to fill it.
Yeah. And so you just think about it for a minute, and like there's countless ways, especially if like with this specific question, it's a one-off thing.
Yeah.
If it doesn't have to be sustainable like that, because then that's a whole nother like, additional thought
Building
process.
a business versus.
Right. But for just like a quick $500, like
There's things around your house for a quick $500. There's things you do
Sell
not
something.
use.
like, yeah.
There's things even if you need to like clean it up a little bit, sell something.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, and even like one of, I think, the best ways probably for that kind of thing is pre-selling. So selling a service that they buy like a month of house cleaning.
yeah.
But they pay you up front.
Yeah.
Because if you need the money right then, but a lot of things you can delay the time on. So you're like, oh, I can't, sell one XYZ for that much money.
The naming of
Yeah.
Yes.
The other thing about this that I love, like lean into what you have, your resources, all of that. I had a photography and drone coach once that was like, use what you have. Like if you have an old crusty camera in the closet and you want to go take pictures, learn how to take pictures like a professional with that camera. Like, go use whatever you have in your home. Use your resources. You don't have to go buy something huge to make a little bit of money. Like go in your house, figure it out. Like, that's why we have a couple of friends that like, they don't have fancy equipment, but they're out there killing it.
what you have is good enough.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Use what you have right now.
It's better than what most people have.
Yeah.
And they don't have the follow through of doing it. And that's where a lot of people, I think, have such a leg up because whether it's the fear, whether it's the like lack of know-how that holds them back, whatever it is, most people won't just do the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so it's like, if you will, you can be successful.
Agreed.
I love it.
I love it.
Is there a side hustle you wish you would have never done?
Not that I can think of. 'Cause,
Oh.
I mean, like, there's definitely, like the majority of them are ones that I like haven't continued to do.
Yeah.
But I learned from all of them.
100%.
I love that. That was so fun. I love your answer.
Some different skill from it, some different experience, some different person that I met, some different, whatever it may be. Or if it's just, going back to the very original thing we were talking about, teaching my brain that I can.
Yeah.
And having this example of like, well, that didn't work out, or I didn't like that how I thought I would, or whatever it is. But that's fine.
Yeah.
And I did it anyway. I could do it.
Yeah. What was something that you tried that was surprisingly fun?
There's an element of fun in anything.
Yeah.
And it just
Agreed.
depends on like your perspective is the main thing. And, it's like the whole thing might not be fun, but it's like some aspect of it might be. And I don't know, like I love nerding out on anything. Like my favorite hobby in the entire world is learning. Don't care what it's about. But learning is my favorite thing. But I really love like tech.
Yeah.
And so it's like, I don't know. I love making a website or like,
Oh my God.
I don't know, anything that's like nerdy computer, like whatever. I'm like, what?
I love that.
So I don't know if that answered
Everybody. Yeah. No, that is surprising to me that you would find so much fun in that. That's crazy.
Okay, so currently you have a big thing going on.
Yes.
That I'm so excited
So
about. Tell us about it.
I don't think I've ever been more excited about anything ever.
You just gave me
And-
chills.
It like I give myself chills, and like I'm so excited about it. And it's also the thing that I feel like has the most potential of anything that I've ever done. Also could totally flop and just cost me a lot of money and be a total waste and just like, learning experience.
But it won't
But I
because you're
don't-
passionate about it.
Yeah. But I feel like there's so much room for success and I'm so excited about it. And it's so different than anything I've ever done in some ways. Some things are things that I've like learned from different, like it's a culmination of a lot of different pieces of different hustles that I've done, so it's like I had to make a website for this, but I've done that before. I had to, whatever it is. So all of those past ones,
That's amazing.
are Lego blocks for what this is, even though the majority of it I've had no fucking idea how to do. Like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
You're just one step at a time.
Yeah. So I am, as you know, but the listeners don't, starting a swimwear company. And I,
So excited.
And I'm so excited. And some of the stuff you had on your TikTok, like your unboxing.
Yes.
I'm like, oh, stop
It's
it.
beautiful.
Oh my god.
Can we see?
Your
Did you bring some so we can see?
Your
You guys.
that one is.
This top that I'm actually wearing
it
is one of my tops.
Beautiful.
I love that you're wearing it
so
as
beautiful.
just a cute dressy top
Yeah,
too.
Right.
Holy shit. It is so
Yeah.
beautiful.
So, and then the straps are removable, so it could be just a bandeau. And then, I did bring others.
Okay.
Pull them all out.
Yes. Show us.
I
So
love
this, and then
That is
literally,
hilarious.
where it is. So this is the one that your
That
daughter
is
stole.
the one that my daughter stole.
Yeah.
And it is
Oh my
Made a
God.
slight modification this time so that it's easier to put on because it is a little bit of a puzzle.
so it is
So
beautiful.
like this, like a Borat suit. But if you just imagine, it'll go like this. It crosses at the neck. And so this will be the neck. And then this is all open.
It is elegant. It is an elegant piece.
It's
love
like
the high
so sexy,
Sexy,
but
elegant.
very like elegant. And like, I don't know if classy is the right word, but it is very like upscale sexy.
It is.
And it's very unique.
Yes.
And I don't know,
unique.
like, if you can see, pass around, but like, this
The
one's like
leather.
a faux leather. And
so pretty.
when you feel it, like,
it's like
How many
doesn't
samples
feel
do
like-
you
it
have to
wants
go
to.
through
It
to get
wants
it
to
right?
be on my skin.
a few,
I can't wait to try it on.
Oh no,
Yeah,
this is
it's so-
amazing.
like, it doesn't feel like faux leather.
yeah, it does.
But it looks, and I love that it's not too shiny.
tight.
It's like
It's not
that.
sweaty.
it's
Like,
like
you know how
a-
some of the faux
Yeah,
leather
it's
is
not
very
going to make
sweaty.
you, right. All of them are like that. Double line, or not double line, but like,
Yeah. Fully lined. It doesn't
When you
Yeah.
have temperatures that you hit
seams
like
anywhere.
110,
yeah.
then this is what we need.
Yeah.
Love
so
this.
there's no
open
see-through, no open seam.
Like-
and it's not just like the meshy like lining fabric. It's
Right.
just like actual swim fabric on both sides.
Ah,
Perfect seams
beautiful.
everywhere. It's
That is
branding in the sun. It's so
branding.
cute.
here's the same
That's
one
your
in
brand.
one of the other color actions. It's calling pearl. And it's like, yeah.
Okay, that is beautiful. That is stunning.
Oh,
So that one's called the Ezra, is the name of that suit. This one is like a really sporty one piece.
but
it
it
like
unzips.
zips. It's like a scuba type vibe.
So
That is
pretty.
so
The
pretty.
shimmer is
Yeah.
insane.
That is
It's like
so
a
pretty.
shimmery navy.
Gosh.
And
Okay,
then
I am in love with this pearl.
That pearl is like
isn't
my
it?
favorite.
I love it.
I love it.
I love
The
all of
shimmer
them.
of it.
I'm like, I don't know if I can pick a favorite.
No.
But they,
this one is a really good quality zipper.
yeah, that
really
was
high
the
quality.
thing that I was very most particular about is making sure that the quality is going to be something that I want my name on.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
And then in the design process, I was very specific about like, no, the butt needs to be this length, like this
Yes.
many inches is how it needs to be, because nobody wants like the long flat butt. If it's too high on your
No.
back, it's got to be short enough.
We gotta-
like,
we gotta-
Bum is my
we got to
worst.
print
Yeah.
some booty.
yeah, it's got to be like this and it's got to be like that and very specific.
Yeah.
And it's like
Just-
the leg has to come high enough, because if it's too short, then the proportions look funny, like on your butt or on your hip, or if you've got a thong, but then the leg's too like.
Yes.
So I'm like, they all
We
need
got to
to
have a
be
good thong.
so flattering, you know, and to, like,
god.
really shape the body properly.
That is so pretty.
But
Please
there-
make me want to get in shape.
here's
We hit in the gym now.
yours. Like this one is just like
Ooh,
very classic.
I love it.
It's so pretty.
Simple.
Perfect cut.
And you can check out my tags,
Oh.
which this whole process
You're so cute.
has had more
Okay, I
decisions
love
than I
this one.
ever expected.
This one is so sleek.
This
modern. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's just
love
like a very simple like scoop.
That scoop top is
I love
adorable.
Thing.
Perfect.
Adorable.
Perfect. Throw it in your bag. I love it.
Yeah. Very simple. And then I have a couple others, I guess, just this. And then it's got like a really high waisted, like very
Elegant.
elegant
bottom.
the Meredith, like from Paris.
exactly what it looks
Yes.
Yeah. And so just kind of like that classic old money. And then another one that's like a very like classic, just like triangle top.
Yes.
But on the bottom, like the front has like a very modest like scoop that's very like pretty.
Yeah.
And in the back, a little bit of a scoop, but it's like a scrunch butt thong.
Cute.
And none of them have like hanging ties.
yes.
So that's
So it's
good.
very
Love
like
it.
clean,
Clean cut.
and they're still adjustable.
Oh my god, girl.
That
Yeah.
ties.
How long have you been working on this?
Not as long as you would think.
Really?
Yeah. I need to look. I wrote it down because I started keeping track of all the dates, because I'm like, when I'm huge and successful and achieve my dreams with this, I'm going to want to know, like, how long did this actually take me? How long was this process? When did I start? You know, because it all starts to blur together and then you forget this process once you're past it.
Yeah.
But I want to say it was like maybe June.
Okay.
Wow.
So the idea came to you.
Well, so
You were already making them.
yeah. So I was already making this like Ezra one, the crisscrossy one. And like you, every single time that I would wear it, people, whether it was friends or strangers or whatever, would be like, where did you get that? And I would wear it like as a bodysuit, like with pants, you know, kind of like how this is. Anytime I wear it anywhere for anything, people would always ask where I got it. And when I tell them that I made it myself, they're like, damn it. Like, they're like, you need to sell those. And I was like, oh, I would never. You know, like I'd make some for friends, but the idea of like trying to make and sell and mass, you know, produce, I was like, it's not worth like leaning over my swimsuit for how much you could sell them for. I was like, I'll never do that.
No.
And so then most recently, somebody was like, oh, you need to. And I was like, no, I never would. And they're like, well, you don't do it. You get a manufacturer. And I was like,
Oh.
You're like,
why have I never thought of that?
Yeah.
I'm like, I feel like I'm typically a pretty out of the box thinker.
Yeah.
Why did that never cross
You're
my
like,
mind?
thoughts didn't come to me first.
I was like, yeah. I was like, I have no idea how to do that.
But I'll figure it out.
Exactly. I was like, that sounds incredibly overwhelming. I don't even know what the first step is of any of this process.
And I'm here for it.
And I'm like, but it sounds like a good idea. So like, let's see.
That's so freaking cool.
And
when do you launch? Do you know?
Probably the beginning of January. We got the photo shoot coming up on like the 15th or 16th. And then once I get back, you know, that media for like photos, videos, get that on the website. Technically, people can pre-order right now. My website is built enough that people can go and like put in an order, buy them now, and then it'll just ship once, you know, it's all ready.
I'm so excited.
But yeah, I mean, probably like about a month.
Okay.
Wow, that is really quick.
Yeah.
I'm so
Yeah.
happy for
So
you.
less than a year from like idea to selling. Like,
Okay, so what would you say to people right now that have an idea in their head and are afraid to act on it?
why are you afraid? I don't just do it anyway.
Just do it anyway.
Yeah. It's like, what's the worst that's going to happen? You're going to fail.
I know.
Exactly.
It's like, okay, maybe it costs you a lot of time. Maybe it costs you a lot of effort. Maybe it costs you a lot of money. It's like,
But you'll never
But
know.
a lot of
Always
things
wonder.
cost you money, time,
Yeah.
it's
effort.
like, so make more money.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know, like
exactly.
you'll learn something. You might enjoy it. You might hate it, but you'll learn that it's not for you.
Yes.
And one thing that I loved, and I'm going to paraphrase this horribly, and I also cannot remember the source,
It's okay.
but
We got you.
the important part stuck with me. And it was in a book that I was reading, you know, not too long ago. And he was talking about how a lot of the reason that people are afraid to do something is because they don't want to admit to themselves that they might not be as good as they think they are at it.
Oh.
So, like, you know, hypothetically, there's this guy who he's like, man, like, I would be the best author. I know that I would make like the New York Times bestseller list. I have this great idea. Like, but I can't. I'm too busy in my stupid job. And like, if only, you know, poor me, the world, you know, victim mentality. I can't.
Yeah.
But if I could, I'd be the best.
This is what I would be.
Yes. And it's like, could he write the book? He absolutely could.
Yeah.
You can make it happen. I mean, like J.K. Rowling's story is famous about that. But if he writes this book, then it's no longer a fantasy in his mind of what the outcome would be.
Oh.
He has to face the reality of how it truly goes.
Yeah.
And that he may not be the best writer in the world, that he might not make a lot of money, that his book might suck, that he might have to deal with a lot of rejection or criticism. And all of those things become reality. But it's much safer to live in the idea of, I would be great if, but there's an outside force that makes it so I can't. And I'm oppressed and I don't have to face like
Accepting
myself.
what is. Accepting what the actuality is.
Wow.
And so it's like, if somebody's afraid to start something, it's like, why are you afraid? What are you afraid of? And do you truly want the thing? Or do you just say that you do? Because now I'm going on a tangent, but I feel like that's a big element too. Sometimes you don't actually want the thing that you say you want.
Yeah.
Yes.
Agreed.
And that's okay.
And it's totally okay.
Yeah.
And sometimes there's like cultural things, you know, or like family, you know, there's you're supposed to want to have kids. You're supposed to want
Marriage
to make money, whatever it is. And it's like, if you don't truly want the thing, you know, or your parents always thought you were going to be a great dancer, you know, it's like, but
do you want that?
Yeah.
yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
so looking at your internal motivation of why you don't do the thing, is it that you don't want to? Is it that you're afraid? What are you afraid of? Is it that you're, you know, like don't have certain resources? Okay, how can you overcome that hurdle? Whatever it is. But it's like,
And are
just
you
do it
afraid to
anyways if you
succeed?
really want to. Yes.
That's another thing.
That's another thing.
Yeah.
It's
Sometimes
like,
I think people are afraid of that as well.
yeah, it's like the Marianne Williamson, you know, poem or quote, whatever you want to call it. Where she's like, you know, we're not afraid that we're inadequate. We're afraid that we're great.
Yeah.
And again,
Then what do we do with that?
Poor paraphrasing, but
Yeah.
yeah,
I think you're great.
thanks.
I think it's, these swimsuits are freaking gorgeous. And it's not the only gig that you've done and absolutely succeeded at. So I have no doubt it's going to be amazing.
Yeah,
So this is the part that I love to tap into, is that there's so much wisdom that you hold as well that drives the reasoning behind the hustles that you start, the reasoning behind, and it's not just that, it's you as a mother, the way you raise your children, the influence that you have on those around you. And I love that you can express that who you are. And what is one way that you feel like you are misunderstood as a person?
I don't know, because I try my best not to assume what other people are thinking of me.
Yeah.
A lot of people, like, I hear somewhat frequently that I'm intimidating. And, you know, to me that communicates, well, you just don't know me that well then. And I think because I'm quiet, because I like, you know, typically hold myself with a certain like air of confidence, that can come off, you know, however it does. And I don't know. So if maybe that would be my answer.
What is one thing you wish people knew about you?
One thing that I'm working on, and that maybe I wish other people like would know too, or that, you know, it's taken me a while to get here, is doing what you want because you want to. And for one, you don't have to have a reason behind why you want to do it. It doesn't have to be acceptable. It doesn't have to like be for the greater good of the world. You know, just because you want to.
Yep.
And you're allowed to. But I think, you know, I don't know if I want to say especially women, because I think men as well. And then also in like the area that we live in, different cultures and things like that, there's a lot of like expectations in every walk of life. And whether we realize that we are or not, we operate within those. And it takes a lot of like looking at yourself and saying like, am I doing this because it's what I chose and what I actually want? Or is it because it's what I've been like, quote unquote, like programmed to want or to do? And, you know, what would I do if it wasn't that? What would I do if I wasn't afraid of somebody judging me? What would I do if I wasn't afraid of like them, you know, hurting their own feelings about their opinion of what I'm doing? And so I don't know, I've kind of, some people might call it like the fuck it's lately.
What would they say? Like,
Yeah, it's like, because the thing is, like, you can't control what somebody's going to think anyways.
no,
It doesn't matter.
it's a waste.
And I guess that brings up a conversation that you said you wanted to talk about, that, like, you can be on your very best behavior. And they're still going to judge. They're still going to have a problem.
Oh my
They're
God.
Still,
Yes.
And it's like, so you might as well do what you want to do.
Do whatever the
Just do
fuck
what the
lights
fuck
you
you
up.
wanna
and
do,
if you're
lights
having
you
a-
up.
So
Yes.
when we went to Tulum, right? This is what we're talking about?
Yeah.
When we went to Tulum, then we
had to talk about this.
ton of fun. Like the funnest girls trip of all time.
You guys, it was
it was so fun.
bonding.
Bonding.
So
It
good.
was
so great.
nurturing. It was unhinged.
Refill
ratchet,
each other's
a
soul.
bunch of things.
Yeah.
But
Like,
like,
you really do.
but it was in a way that was like completely safe. Like,
Yes.
there was like,
There was
no,
like,
it
other
is-
than dancing.
It is our kind of
dancing around, like,
Yeah.
each other. Like,
Yes, with
Yes.
each other, doing body shots off of each other.
Yes.
And we videoed the whole fucking thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, a few of us, me mostly, and maybe you, we made a few reels that had all of the footage.
Yes.
And not all of it. There was actually a lot that was not included.
yeah,
but
it was
Yeah.
mostly, what
it
was,
was
in
fun.
the
It was
footage?
like dancing, twerking, like,
a little bit of twerking, not even excessive.
no. And
It
like,
was, we were
sorry.
in bikinis
Yes.
At the beach.
at the beach on a catamaran.
Oh,
But
yeah.
it was always us women together.
It was just
Yeah.
us.
It's
just
us.
women energy, women togetherness, women just being women together. And
Well, we come home. And then I want to hear your side of the story.
I
What
want to hear
happened?
the rest. What
We get a group
happened?
text and we're like,
We
what
get a
the
group text.
fuck?
It was, how many days had we been home?
Well, it depends on if you're Noe or if you're us, because we got stuff there.
That's true.
Oh, yeah, that's
That is
right.
very-
You're
I'll
right.
say that's a good point.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know. What day did who get home?
That yeah.
Yeah, so a couple other people like posted things, would tag people, but you have to like accept the tag or collaborate or whatever. Yeah. I was very conscientious of what I posted. So on only my story, so not even any living posts, there was a small select handful of things that I like,
Except
added to my story as well. I think like none of the dancing ones, except for the like, Opa! Like, we're wearing dresses at a great restaurant with a plate,
Yeah.
like the most PG.
Yes. Yeah. We broke plates
into a bucket.
of
It was like a
at
Greek
a restaurant.
Yeah. And other than that, like, it was, I took a screen recording of what I posted after this happened because I was like, I was second guessing, I was gaslighting myself about it after.
Don't do that.
And
no.
I try not to know, but anyways, so I had reposted a few select very PG things. And there was a couple that we were like in bathing suits at the beach in a place where that's like location appropriate. And we were just sitting eating food. Like we weren't even dancing. We weren't doing anything. We weren't on the boat.
Oh my
And
God.
there might have been one on the boat actually, like jumping into the water.
Oh, okay.
But all of them, it was not even like dancing. And then on Monday, whatever it was, my real estate broker calls me and he's like, hey, like, do you have some time that you could come into the office today and chat? And I was like, oh, yeah, sure. And I'm like, wonder what that's going to be about. And like, first thought is like, oh, fuck, I'm in trouble. But I'm like, no, calm down. Like, that's just your like childhood programming. Like, it's fine. Like, there's nothing that you would be in trouble for.
You did nothing. Yeah.
Nothing. I was on very good terms with every person in the office. Like I had, I think at that point in time, 2 like deals under contract that were about to close. And like, they've written me cards like, oh, we're so glad you're part of this office. Like, you're so helpful. Like, we love having you around here. Like I had 0 problems and I was very like, I thought loved and accepted and, like part of this dream. Yeah. Calls me in and then he's like, pleasantries. And he's like, this is hard for me to say, but I'm going to have to ask you to find a new home. And I'm like, okay, why? Anyways, and so, the short of it was that those stories that I had posted on my Instagram were not in line with the brand image that they were looking for. And I was like,
it's not like they was on their business page.
What did you say in response when he said that?
Oh, I'm not proud of it. Like, if I could go back, I would handle it differently, but I was in shock. And so just kind of like fell to my, like lowest level of programming and just kind of like fawning and gaslighting myself. And like, what did I post? Like, I couldn't remember very specifically in that moment. I'm like, I must have posted something worse than I thought I did. I was just like, oh, sorry, sir, you're right.
Oh, sorry.
I would have done the same thing.
And then I started crying and because I was embarrassed and I was sad because I loved that brokerage. I wanted to stay there. And it's, so I was embarrassed. I was sad. I was caught off guard. All the things. And I was just like, what the fuck?
That's awful.
It's so off the wall.
It was so. And then later, like I said, after this happened, I went back and I looked at it and I think I sent the screen recording to you guys in our group chat. I showed my husband and I was like, is there something I'm not seeing? Like, okay, from a man's perspective,
well, especially coming from your husband, like, tell me, have I done something? Like, is something inappropriate here?
Right. And they were stories. They weren't even living posts. And at that time, they had already expired. So if any like client or whatever went to my page now, the agency wasn't tagged in it. And like there was no anything, and it's my like, sure, that's where I like put my real estate too. I had like a combined page that is just like my personal life and my everything. Like, but none of it was bad. It was all very PG. And had somebody else posted it, there
It
would have been a
fine.
problem.
Yep.
Right.
And I even went later and like looked at some of the other women in the brokerage and scrolling through theirs of their,
Real.
permanent posts. And they have, multiple different of the women like have photos where they're like in bikinis and stuff. And some of them are even thongs. One of them, like she has this like, button up long shirt on. It's a picture of her like from the back, but the short is like, only covering like the top third of her ass, but you can't see the thong. So she just got like what looks like her bare ass out with the shirt. I'm like, that's okay. But my story post of just like women on vacation,
having a good time,
wearing a bathing suit. And he had said that I don't remember the exact language that he used, but something about like that our bathing suits were like overly, revealing or something. And I was like, and I looked at those. I was like, they're very like every single like none of us were wearing.
What do you think it was really about?
Yeah. There's got to be something deeper.
There's got to be something deeper. And I mean, I could, theorize a few different things, and I don't want to like speak for anybody else.
Right.
But if a man posted the same thing, there would have been no problem.
Mm-hmm.
If and I don't want this to come across any kind of way, but an unattractive female or an older female or somebody else had posted the same thing, the response would have been, wow, they look like they're having so much fun.
Right.
Good for them. What a great trip. Yeah. But because it was a group of what, like 8, 10, however many of us, beautiful women in bikinis, because while we were not doing anything sexual, it's held against us that that we are sexualized.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
It's like,
and guess who's sexualizing us?
It's not. Right? Yes.
And so it's like, I feel like you should be embarrassed, sir.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes. Absolutely.
And the thing that was extra wild to me, I got fired.
Yeah.
You got fired.
What the fuck?
What about a conversation?
Mm-hmm.
What about like, hey, so, we saw these things. This makes me uncomfortable. This is out of line with the brand. Say the same things, but say like, going forward, either can you not post this? Yeah. Can you have a second account for these kind of things?
Private.
Put it on your close friend. This isn't how we want the brand to be portrayed. And
any of that really even appropriate, period.
It's not.
It's not.
Yes.
Well, no, the action,
like, if you're going
that's just firing is inappropriate. Like that's like any other business. Normally, I think of it as in a different state, personally, would not just be like, "Yep, you're fired. We didn't like your story." Like, what the fuck?
And that is one thing that I did say. When I was in the meeting, I was like, I definitely do feel like this could have been a conversation, rather than firing me, and that this could have been just like a communication, because like. I would totally, like, while I agree with you, even that, like, kind of overstepping, it's whatever. But it's like, I'm going to get on board with it.
And that is, and I think it's like also stepping back and realizing if you want to fire me for this, you are also not somebody I want to work for.
Yes, exactly.
100%. Yeah.
Exactly. And so, like I said, at first I was very like hurt. I was very sad. I was very caught off guard. I, was very embarrassed. And then, I was texting you guys and I was like, what the fuck? I text you guys almost immediately. And, it took about an hour. I cried. All the things. And then I was like, well, fuck them.
Yeah.
You just showed me what you represent as a business, what you value, and it's not me.
Yeah.
It's not the person that is closing deals. It's not the person that's working hard. And if you are judging me openly and doing this and sexualizing me, then this isn't something I value either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was interesting.
Yeah. And I said, I showed Bobby the reel and like he was pissed the fuck off, like on my behalf, and he's like, there's nothing bad about any of this. He's like, well, and he was mad for me. He's always really good to like come to my, not to my rescue, but to just like
have your back.
Yeah. He gets worked up when, people like.
That's nice though. It's nice to have somebody you like,
are you still doing real estate?
Yes, but I've definitely like taken more of a step back.
Did you find a new brokerage after this?
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of easy to go to like any brokerage, but the main thing that I was like interviewing when I was looking at which brokerage to go to is like, who's not going to fire me for this kind of thing? Yeah. Because I definitely like after that happened up until that point, stripping had been a total secret. Yeah. And didn't tell anybody about like OnlyFans. I would try and like, dress like mostly conservatively. I like would present myself and carry myself and act in a way to help other people in this culture be comfortable.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Right.
And when that
This
happened,
version of me.
yes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't want to make you uncomfortable, so I'm gonna,
Adjust to you.
yes.
Yeah.
And so that wraps around to like what brought up this topic is like, you can't.
Yeah.
It doesn't work. They're going to think and feel however they're going to think and feel, regardless of what you are or aren't
And you
doing.
can't live your life based around that.
Yes.
Especially your career, anything. Because you can't. How the fuck are you going to be authentic in any way?
You have to love yourself for you.
Yeah. And,
It
I
drains
feel like
you
I
over time.
did, but still I was like, yeah. So then when that happened, I was like, fuck it.
Yeah.
I was like, if I'm going to get fired for that, it doesn't even matter.
You don't even know.
I was like,
You don't see the whole picture.
I was like,
Was it because you really went down and you saw me doing something else when you were supposed to be somewhere where you weren't supposed to be?
yeah. And
What were you doing when you saw my stories?
right. Yeah. And it could be, maybe he's not sexualizing me, but that was an easy opportunity to fire me for something else
something,
that they
yeah.
did know and they didn't want that to, whatever. That could have been a cover.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Right.
I have no idea if it was face value, if, or which possible scenario it was.
Right.
Honestly, it's none of my business.
Exactly.
And but I was like, I'm done. I'm done with that.
Yeah.
I am done doing anything other than whatever the fuck I feel like and carrying myself and presenting myself or hiding anything that I don't want to just for the sake of wanting to. I'm like, I'm just gonna, I know it's like a cliche term, but it like the words never really like made sense to me until recently, but like live out loud.
Yes.
It's like rather than living quietly or living in the shadows, it's like all these things that I'm doing and I'm trying to like keep you protected from. It's like,
why?
go ahead and be offended.
Yeah.
I can't offend somebody else. They can only take offense.
Agree.
And
Agree.
so it's like, if you want to hurt your own feelings,
Go for it.
because I don't fit into whatever idea that you have either of me or how the world should act or what, whatever it is. Like, I can't control anything. If I'm going to get fired for wearing a bathing suit while I'm being on my very best behavior, and I was selective of which things I posted, even though I didn't post 80% of the things that were available to me.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want anybody to think a certain kind of way. I'm like, then I was like,
Yeah.
I'm like, villain origin story.
Do you feel like it kind of lit a fire under your ass for the swimsuit company too, because it's something you're passionate about?
It was before. She already had it going before
Well,
that.
you had started it, but that was...
I don't think that there was any relationship there.
Oh, cool. You were already going for it anyway.
I wouldn't say. The only thing that might have been slightly different would just be like the name of the company. Yeah, just like if I was trying to keep stuff more hidden, then I might have like named it something different.
Yeah.
But other than that,
What do you mean?
what do I mean? What do I mean?
What do you mean?
Yeah, so the name of the swim company is Ezra Page, and I went through a bunch of different options, and that's like what I ended up just liking the best. But that's my like dancer name, and so that's my like alter ego.
I love it.
I love it.
I love that you're just owning it.
Thank
Owning
you.
that shit.
Yeah,
You.
and it's like that name feels as much like my own true name as Chantel does, or being called Chance.
As
Like,
the girl that showed up at the strip club not knowing how to dance and not knowing what
I mean, I could tell you so much more to that story because I know shit. And so, like,
and now you have a swim company named after that girl.
yeah.
That girl.
Yeah. It's like, I didn't even, like, they're like, okay, go ahead, change. And I'm like, change to what? And they're like, to your laundry. Like, go ahead and change into your laundry and heels. I'm like, heels? I don't have heels. I don't have... And
What do you want from me?
I'm like,
I didn't know.
okay, sorry. And then the guy like rolls his eyes and like still calls the manager. He's like, here, still audition. And so then he comes out down and he's like, it's like, ask me a couple of questions, and whatever. He's like, all right, spin around. And then I'm like, just in my street clothes, like tennis shoes and the skirt, or I don't know what I had on. And he's like, all right, you're good enough. And I was like,
Oh,
good
my
enough.
God.
highest compliment. Oh, my, good enough. Great.
No one's ever said anything nicer.
You, sir. But yeah, so I mean, like, that was a lot of fun.
I love it.
So if you think that you're underprepared,
I know.
it doesn't have to be a disqualifying factor.
Can
I call you
Do it anyway, guys.
Can I call you good enough for now on?
Go for it. Call me as long as you call me.
I will.
Yeah. But so Ezra Page is my like dancer name, my
Stage
alter
name.
ego. And
Yeah.
I mean, that's been my name for like 3.5 years now. So it's like partly the time like makes it feel like I've been called that so many times. And then also it's like, you know, we didn't pick our names, but that one I picked.
Yeah.
What I named myself.
Yeah.
You know, Chantel wasn't, you know, like that's my name.
Yeah.
But so is Ezra.
Yeah.
Like,
I love
I
it.
don't know.
That's so cool.
I love you even more. Like every time I talk to you, I just fall more in love with you. It's
Oh, good.
ridiculous. I know.
Because I'm always like, oh, I hope she like still wants to be my friend.
Oh, are you kidding me?
We're-
You're like
we're
on the
lucky.
top of the list.
You really are.
For real.
Sorry, everyone else. Just kidding.
But you say that to every friend that we have because like when you're with them, it's like so true.
It is.
And then there's another one, you're like,
True.
you're amazing.
Yeah.
You're amazing. It's like
and
you can't pick a fave.
I do.
You really can't. And because
Yeah.
I think like everybody brings a unique quality to
Yep.
the group.
Mhm.
But I've said this before.
Every friend has their
Everybody
space.
else has their space and something
Yeah.
they bring that just makes a whole to the puzzle.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's puzzling. Really.
LOL.
Sorry.
Mom jokes.
Mom jokes.
That's so cool. Thanks for giving us all of your like life history and
Honesty, truth.
yeah.
Just
And experience, like all the experience with the failures and successes and the ups and the downs and the what the fuck moments and all of it. Like, I feel like a lot of times, any of us, man, woman, child, whatever, that fear of failure is so controlling over our entire psyche. Like, that's what directs us completely in life. And it's like, that's not the worst thing that could happen. Like, failure isn't that bad. You pick yourself up, you reinvent yourself, you do something else or do the same thing again, but differently.
Yeah.
Like,
And it's like, do you even want to stay where you are?
no, God, no.
So it's like,
No.
if you're too afraid of doing something different, what's going to happen? You know, it's like, what's the worst thing that could happen if you try? But it's like, what's the worst thing that happens if you don't?
Don't try. Yep.
Like,
Do you really want to just stay where you are the rest of your life?
yeah.
Yep.
That'd be awful.
We talked about this last night in the car. Is like, that was like, for me, my driving factor of leaving my religion and all of the different big changes that I've had leaving situations and relationships and religions and all that. It's because staying there is so much more terrifying than the unknown of how it's going to turn out. Like, it's fucking awful. I hate the idea of being stuck. Like,
Oh, yeah.
it's the worst.
I remember like, even since I was a kid, people would be like, oh, what's your biggest fear? You know, spiders, snakes, whatever. And like, I was always just a nerd, I guess, because always my answer was like, my biggest fear is like dying, living a mediocre life.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Like dying in mediocrity. Like,
Yeah.
Not making
what
a
if
big
I
yeah,
wouldn't
not
have-
making an impression, not like making it worth having been here.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Having just lived a Groundhog's Day.
right.
Oh,
I never would have wanted to do that.
Yeah.
Oh, we're not.
no. No.
No.
We are not living
I'm on my like 12th life. I don't know. Like someday when I'm like, you know, my swim company is big and successful and it's like a household name and, you know,
It is.
all that. And I, you know, got like a Nike sized company and
Nike will be so small compared to Ezra Page.
yeah. Anyways, but like someday I'll write a book and I'm going to have like each chapter will be like a different version of my life.
Literally.
Yeah, because like I feel like I've gone through so many different like reiterations of myself, you know, like
I think you probably have more chapters of that out of all of our friends. Like every single one of that's why when we were talking this subject and we're like, oh, she mentioned you. And I'm like, oh my God, there's not a more fitting person for this subject because you've done it so many times.
It's
Like
beautiful.
yeah. I think we only touched on like, you know, parts of like 2 of them.
Yeah.
But I mean like
it goes on.
Stay
and on.
tuned for part 2 with 5 more chapters.
or just read my book someday.
There you go.
Just read the book.
Someday
Yes.
when I'm worth reading about, I'll have
You
Oh,
are
you're already worth reading about. Well, thank you again.
Yeah,
And
thank you guys. And thanks for all the high praise and like confidence boost or ego boost on the
Oh,
time.
just
dude, we're here for
honesty.
that shit all
It's
day.
just honesty.
all day.
That's all it is.
All right. Thank you. Have an awesome day.
Yes, and rate and review.
Yes, rate and review, like, comment, subscribe, all the things.
Share.
And be excessive about it. Just go bananas.
And check out her website.
Yeah.